welcome to this very special broadcast that we're bringing to you on Yoga Day here on CNN News 18. And I have with me two people who've been pioneering the cause of yoga for a very long time. We have with us Malaika Arora, and we also have Sarvesh, who's the co-founder of Diva Yoga. Good to have both of you on this very special day with us. Malaika, let me kickstart with you. You've been seen as somebody who's been pioneering the cause of yoga, speaking about the merits as far as health is concerned. How happy does it make you when you see these conversations become a part of a more prominent narrative today?
Well, firstly, thank you so much for having us. And yes, World Yoga Day has definitely made its presence felt on the annual calendar. I think it's a day that's now marked. So that's really good and really encouraging worldwide. And I think all the small conversations over a period of time have now led to the fact that, like you said, it's now become part of our daily narrative. So that's really good. It's really promising and in the right direction. There were small baby steps. They still are small baby steps. There's still a long way to go and to achieve, but I think it's in the right direction. And I'm really glad that, like one would be celebrating any festival in the year, now Yoga Day has also become part of people's, in their minds. I'm really glad that it's taken root.
Sarvesh, I want to talk to you. If you just go back a few years itself, right? A lot of people were very reluctant to, one, understand whether the benefits of yoga will be as per their own requirements, because let's face it, traditionally in India, a lot of people wanted to work out in gyms because they thought that would be the easiest way of either, shedding weight or getting fitter. But do you think now people have a better understanding of it's not just about losing the weight or getting into a particular size, but the health benefits go much beyond this?
Absolutely. And firstly, thank you for having us on here and wishing everybody a happy International World Yoga Day. And yes, absolutely right. You're right. I think the alternative healthcare will eventually become the future of healthcare. And what does that mean? You healing physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And one such practice, which is movement, breath work, is yoga at the end of the day. I think every practice out there, every movement out there is fantastic. Gym, Pilates, functional training, you name it, they're all fabulous. Yes, yoga has been having multiple myths over the past many years, and I think it all starts off in your school, right? People do yoga in school and they only do Surya Namaskar and pranayama, and kids get bored and they'll be like, okay, this is yoga, I can't do anything about it. I won't lose weight with yoga. I can't do, I can't get rid of my PCOS with yoga. But I think we've been fortunate to prove them all wrong. People have managed their PCOS with yoga. People have lost 20 kilos plus with yoga. Again, I think it's a practice that has helped people heal both physically, mentally as well.
Right. But I also want to understand, during the pandemic, the world changed for all of us, but we did see something good come out by the end of it also, which is a reprioritization of oneself. And the focus was not just physical, but mental as well. And their yoga played a larger role as well. Somebody who's been doing yoga for years, could you talk to us about the benefits that one would see, not just in terms of a physical impact, but for your mental well-being as well?
Well, yes, I think the pandemic really fast-tracked, yoga, so to speak. And not that people weren't aware, people have always been aware. But when it suddenly became so readily available to everybody at a click of a button, and like I said, it really got fast-tracked because at least where we were concerned, we were still up and running, in our studios. We still had a brick and mortar, module. And then suddenly overnight we went completely online, and then people realized that, wow, at a click of a button, you can actually avail of yoga with the most skilled trainers, the most comprehensive yoga itineraries, itineraries which can help you in every which way, whether, like he said, whether it was PCOS, whether it was weight loss, whether it was, mental health, whether it was thyroid, sleep. These were all issues that people were going through. Sleep, mental health were the two most prominent issues, and weight loss during the pandemic. So people actually suddenly found that they could reach out and be part of a community and be part of a family day in and day out. So that's what actually people turned to, which really kind of helped not just us, not just because we are in the business of health and well-being, but just became a community worldwide where people could reach out to each other. It just brought the world together. So yes, it fast-tracked it in a huge way. And like I said, mental health, sleep disorders, and weight issues were the primary concerns of everybody. Anybody we spoke with, these were the issues. So I'm really glad that we could reach out to people on such a large scale. And like he said, I think it's all just conditioning. It's all just over a period of time. I mean, you kind of make people understand that these are the benefits and this is what you can actually gain out of it. And I am not just saying it because I do, but I think I'm a living proof, living example. Sarvesh has been part of the yoga world from a very young age, and I was introduced to it much later. But the kind of benefits I have been able to, I've been able to reap the kind of benefits that have come into my life thanks to yoga. I think I'm a living, talking example of it, whether it's physical, mental, all of it. And I think it's very important post-pandemic, people have realized the worth of self-care and self-love.
Yeah.
And that's what we keep talking about. That's what we keep propagating. That's what we keep, trying to drive home. So self-care and self-love are the first two things that you can
I absolutely
start with
agree. There are
and
no two
prioritize.
ways about it. And that's why I said in some ways the pandemic has actually been a blessing for people to have this reprioritization over themselves. Before I go back to Sarvesh, Malaika, because we're talking on Yoga Day and we see all these visuals coming in from across the country, one has to also speak about the government's own initiatives and push as well to bring it mainstream. As you were rightly pointing out earlier, that people knew about it, yoga, but build it to the mainstream. There's been a big push by the government. How do you think that initiative has played out to get yoga or people to come and do yoga more frequently?
Well, that has definitely played a huge part in awareness. I think the government, the center, really pushed yoga, pushed the whole thing of doing yoga daily, of yoga se hi hoga. That is something which we keep talking about. So yes, I think the government initiative was a huge push in the well-being and the yoga space. I think the industry just overnight, you know, skyrocketed world over, and which is something we keep talking about. We are the land of yoga, and the way the West has incorporated and the way the West has adopted yoga so seamlessly in their lifestyle is just amazing. Here we have it, you know, literally in the palms of our hand. We've been gifted something and we take it for granted. We don't make the most of it. We don't avail of the benefits or the goodness. And when you see our counterparts in the West, the way they capitalize and the way they go all out, it's so encouraging. So yes, I think yes, the government initiative has been tremendous in acquiring or in bringing about knowledge or bringing about an awareness, coupled with the kind of experience that you see worldwide. I think that
Sure.
has really, really pushed yoga in the right direction.
Right. So, Ramesh, so as Malaika was rightly pointing out, that we just don't seem to be making enough use of the easy tools that we have at hand. So, I thought let's break down certain details for our viewers. For a lot of people who have desk jobs, who are stuck in offices for a really long time, would you want to talk to us about what a starter package for somebody who wants to step into yoga but has never done it before would look like? Because that would really help people also ease into the world of yoga.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one should start with the MBC philosophy that we keep talking a lot. Malaika loves it. We actually sort of built it together, which is called Move, Breathe, and Connect. Move for 5 minutes every day. Breathe for 5 minutes every day. Connect for 5 minutes every day. And what do you need to do in this 5 minutes? Move. Just practice the 12-step Surya Namaskar. It's a workout for your entire body. Breathe, do Anulom Vilom, which is alternative nostril breathing. No contraindications at all. 5 minutes, sit simply closing your eyes, which is by far the most difficult, but also the most effective as well. So, people sitting in schools, colleges, workspace, doctors, anything, just 15 minutes every day. It should become a part of your life. It should not, you don't call up everybody in the morning and say, hey, I showered today, right? because it's a part of your life, and but people say, hey, I worked out today. Did you go to the gym today? Did you go for a yoga class today, etc.? It's a part of our life. We do it every single day, and that's how it is to.
The larger issue, which is how we're seeing a lot of younger people fall prey to, cardiac arrest or heart issues or very unhealthy habits. So what would your message be to those to bring and incorporate yoga into their lives? How could they begin it on a very small level and then make it seamless into their lives? If you could talk to us about either certain practices, poses, whatever helps them get in.
I will leave some of that to Sarvesh to discuss the things that one can do, one can actually follow. But what he said, the MBC, start with that. It's 15 minutes and it's never too late. Yes, we've all done some sort of yoga in school. Obviously not enough. Obviously very, very basic. Because as far as I remember, when we did yoga in school, we look forward to that time, because that was a time we could actually just lie and do nothing and just shut up and go to sleep. I mean, I remember. But when we had PE, which was physical education, there was a lot more activity and jumping and running, and there was that. But when yoga came, my God, we would all sign up because, okay, one entire half an hour period of just lying back and doing shavasana and doing nothing, just chatting and whatever. So I think there, like he said, that conditioning starts in school. So that mindset needs to change. And like he said, you just start basic. You start 15 minutes of just actually connecting with yourself, with mind and body, and then taking it step to step. I have to tell you this from personal experience. I go to my studio and I work out. I do my yoga practically, 5 times or 6 times a week. And we have a bunch of group of girls, our diva girls, who work out regularly. We work out together. We do yoga together, and we're pretty hardcore. We're very, very passionate about it. We look forward to it. It's something that we we really bond over. And every time somebody new comes into the class, just for a trial session, and says, we just want to do a class and see what it is like. And let me tell you, they leave in shock, because they're like, we can't believe the level or the kind of energy or the kind of strenuous energy. When I say that, is what you put your body through to go through that 1 hour. Yeah. People think it's easy, it's just relax. No, yes, you also have that aspect where you can just breathe and relax and be calm and meditate. That is also an aspect. But we also do this, which requires a lot of mental strength and a lot of physical strength to endure 1 hour, where all you're doing is just playing with your breath, and it's your body weight. You use your body weight to do your yoga. So every time somebody comes and they're like, oh my God, I can't imagine you challenged me so much. So that's it. It's just a mindset. You clear that, you change that, and things will change. And yes, there are loads of asanas. There are loads of programs that we have that can target specific ailments, specific reasons, specific goals. So even for a starter, for example, just the other day, we put up a video on our Sarva Yoga Diva site, for a person just to start. And there were 5 asanas, 5 or 6, right from Tadasana to Vikrasana. I mean, you can go ahead and name all of them. Literally, you will actually see a paradigm shift in your health, in the way you see life, in the way your approach towards health and fitness. You'll see a complete shift. I can guarantee it.
I agree to the point where, a lot of people will get in and they give up very early, because we are in the world of everything needs to have an instant gratification. But you need to also have a sense of consistency and stability for those results to play out as well. I am running out of time, but Sarvesh, I'll give you the final word. What is that one message that you want to leave for our viewers? As I said, it's no more about appearances or looks or a particular size, but prioritizing oneself. And how can yoga be that big connect?
I think we'll just say 2 words, which is just start, because that's all that one needs to do. And I take this inspiration from my partner. Everybody asks Malaika, how are you like this? What have you done to yourself, etc.? But they forget the 30 years of effort that she's put in, which is the next 2 words, discipline and consistency. That's all everybody needs to know. Yes, everybody has a goal, but I think instead of practicing the art of achieving the goal, and they start practicing the art of showing up every single day, it'll do wonders to them.
Perfect.
Just
We'll leave that conversation on this note. Malaika and Sarvesh, it's been a pleasure speaking to both of you. Thank you so much and taking our time for joining us here on CNN Music.
Thank you for having us, and happy International Yoga Day.
Yes. Thank you, Ridhima. Happy International Yoga Day. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye. This was lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.